Go the Cowboys!
Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah! Fuck! Holy shit. What a high-scoring game of rugby league. 74 points scored in this game. Manly 34, Eels 30. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Thursday Night Football Review for Round 3 of the 2023 NRL season. And I'm joined by a very, very sad TJC Sports. TJC, you must be devastated after that, bro. What a emotional ride of a game that was, and you must be devastated with the result.
Oh, I'm gutted, man. It's a real tough loss to take, dude. I think our errors are what cost us in the end, man. And Manly just sheerly they were incredible today. Very good on them. You know, I won't say we were cheated. Manly did a good job. They deserved the win today, but we came so close, man.
Mate, that was anyone's game. I'm telling you, Manly looked like they were in control most of it. Parramatta got in front for a little while there, and it was just back and forth. I can't believe Parramatta have started the first 3 games and lost by 4 points. Round 1, they were beaten by the Storm in Golden Point. A golden try from Harry Grant. Last week, beaten by Cronulla, 30-26, and tonight, beaten 34-30. I know it's only early on and you have lost your first 3, TJC, but you got to be concerned about the defense. Conceded 16 points in round 1, 30 in round 2, and 34 in round 3. Defensively, you got to be disappointed.
I'm super disappointed, man. One of the things that concerns me the most is that I know for a fact one of the things Para works most on in their training sessions is defense. So it's very concerning for me that they have such that it's been so shit the last 3 weeks, if I've got to be honest with you, man. Yeah. It's just our attack hasn't looked bad. It's our defense that really needs to work.
The attack's been good. I think still a few things to work on it with the attack, but attack's has looked all right. But before we review the game, I want to say hello to the live chat. We've got a nice crowd here of 25 people. We've got a nice crowd building up here. Hello to Flash Green. Hello to Jacob. Josh Rabideau's 2023. We've got Cody Games PlayStation. Gary Jones. CJ Moxley. Devils_Cy. We've got everyone tuning in. SS Storm fan. Jaden Lambert is here. Let's Go Bulldogs is here. Everyone tuning in. I think I saw Luke Melbourne Storm fan somewhere before. We got everyone tuning in to the live review. Who else is here? Damien from Newcastle. We got Tarix. We got William. We got Rishi. Hello, everybody in the live chat. I hope you guys are all doing well on this Thursday night. It is 10:06 p.m. New South Wales time, and it is March 16, 2023. All right, this game was a classic. Yes, defensively, both sides were really poor, but I want to be positive. I want to talk about the actual game itself. I thought it was a classic, Thursday night classic, a good old rivalry game, bro. A lot of drama. You love to see it, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of dislike between both teams, Big rivalry it is. I definitely, if I had to say a team that I'm against, it's Manly.
Well, let's try and go through the tries best we can. And the first try of the game was scored on the left wing there from Ruben Garrick for the first try of the game. What'd you make of that, bro? Ruben Gang scoring in the corner for the first try.
Look, it was a bit of it was good. It was a good play from Turbo and Garrick to go over, but at the same time, shit defense from Para. I'll tell you that. It was a shit edge defense from them, but
Yeah.
good on the Manly Seagulls for getting it. I was really annoyed by Para's edge defense at the time, though. Man.
Yeah, Manly off to a good start there, going up 6 points to 0. And then there was a penalty to Manly where I think two of the Parramatta forwards, it might have been Junior Polo and Hopgood, they were offside in front of the ball. And then I think might have been Govison who ran towards the ruck. And it was a penalty to Manly. That is the right decision, but I was surprised that the penalty was called.
Oh, it was. I think that even if a decision's a little harsh, it was the correct decision. At the time, I was annoyed, but like
I think everyone was surprised.
It was a pen, but you know, when you're in the moment, sometimes you do get a little annoyed by calls that you later look back on and go, "That was probably right."
Well, I think the other thing as well is because that call doesn't get called that often. Everyone was quite surprised by that.
They don't look at that stuff often. It was just
Para's
that unlucky team where it happens sometimes, man.
Exactly right. But it was the right call because two of the Parramatta players were in front of the ball and Govison ran towards the ruck where the two Eels players were in front. So it's basically a shepherd, but I think it's the right decision. So Manly go to 8-0, bro. And I thought Parramatta's first 20 minutes was really poor. I thought it was terrible.
We were awful to start the game off. I think that once we got our first try from Gutho, we kind of went from there, I feel, when it comes to Para turning.
We'll get to that in just a moment, bro. There was a try to the man himself, Tom Trebojevic.
Yeah.
He can't be shocked. Turbo scoring, Manly 14-0. You must have been very nervous at this stage.
Oh, yeah. I was very nervous on my stream. I was kind of just like, I don't know if we have to score next. That's kind of how I was feeling in my head. I was like, Para have to score next before halftime because if they allow Manly to get another, Manly ain't losing this lead.
Exactly right. So Manly go to a 14-0 lead and Parramatta needed to do something. And they went down that left-hand side where they had a fair bit of success. Govison just puts on a dummy. The defense there from Kuala and Tupolotu was all over the shop. Govison goes through and scores, and Parramatta finally scored their first try of the game.
Oh, it was a great try. I was like going insane on my. I was like, yes, at full bloody volume. Man. I was so happy with. I was like, go back, comeback's on.
Yeah, yeah. At that point, it was 14 points to 6, favor of Manly, and then Parramatta. They went down the other end. I think they had like a penalty or something go their way. And Mitchell Moses hits a beautiful short ball for Matt Dury, who went over and scored. I mean, Mitchell Moses, very smart decision from him. Josh Schuster and Kelma Tulangi, brand new combination. Defensively, they were a bit of miscommunication there. First came together. Schuster sticks out an arm, can't finish off the tackle. And Matt Dury scores for the Eels.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, Matt Dory, I was like, Dory! I was so happy Dory scored, man. First try for the Eels, a big game to score your first try in. He'll be gutted after trying so hard that we didn't get the win, but like it was a good try at the time, and it gave us a good standing heading into halftime.
Gave you a lot of momentum going into halftime, and look, Mitchell Moses' conversion there was unsuccessful. He should have kicked that one. It was a kickable goal.
Oh, it was one of the easiest kicks. We were joking on chat how bloody Paulo could have kicked that, man. It was terrible.
I reckon anyone could have kicked that one. And anyway, bro, we get to half-time. Manly lead 14-10. And I was saying on my live stream, I'm like, if Parramatta can go in at half-time down 14-6 or something, they'll be okay with this. But 14-10 down, it was a blessing in disguise for Parramatta.
Oh, absolutely. It was a blessing in disguise and a half, man. I just think one less error, man.
Yeah.
Make the difference.
So we get to the second half there, and Govison scores a very easy try. The defense one-on-one from Kuala was under 12 stuff. It was really bad defense. Govison went straight through under the post and scored one of the softest tries you've probably seen all year.
Oh, it was so soft, man. But I wasn't going to complain, dude. It was our first time being in front once Mitchell converted. I wasn't going to complain with it, but
yeah, look,
it was definitely soft.
When Govison scored that second try and Parramatta went in front 16-14, I was like, quality defensively, that is really poor. And I'm like, where's the help from Cherry Evans and Ola Kawatu? It was quite strange. Anyway, Parramatta had to leave for the first time, 16-14. And then Tommy Turbo scored one of the best tries of the game. There was an offload there from Tulangi. Schuster ends up with the football. An incredible chip over the top. And Tommy Turbo scores the try. What a friggin' try from Tommy Turbo.
Oh, it was a brilliant try. I was going mad, dude. I was just like, I was half just mad that we conceded, but at the same time, I was also kind of just like, what a try that was. Mate, that kick from Schuster over, and then just the way Tommy Turbo got there, nobody was defending it. It was just so it was perfect. It was a perfect try.
Conversion was missed from Garrick. It was 18-16 Manly. And then, how about this? 2 minutes later, Cherry Evans goes for a 40-20 inside the 40. Bailey Simonson flicks the ball back in, saves the 40-20. Garrick, it comes off Garrick's leg, falls over, and Brad Parker in game 100 scores for Manly. What the hell was Bailey Simonson thinking?
When Simonson was picked for this game, I was thinking he's lucky he wasn't dropped from his performance last week. And I was thinking he needed to have a good game this week. And that kind of play is exactly why I didn't think he should be playing, dude. I don't know what he was thinking when he just bats it. Dude, take the 40-20. You don't know who's behind you. Man, it's
crazy.
It was ridiculous, I think, to hit it. And then, unfortunately, there's not much Guffer can do.
Yeah, there was nothing anyone could do. Brad Parker scored that try. I believe Garrick missed the conversion. It was 22-16. It was, yep. Conversion was missed. Manly still leading by 6. And there was a crossfield kick there in the 68th minute from Josh Schuster. And Hamoli Olakawatu leaps up in the air, grabs the football, scores the try. And at this stage, I was calling game over.
Oh, yeah, I was agreeing. I went game over. That's game, man. There was barely any time left. There's no way Parra would come back. Yeah. I accepted the truth at the time by that point.
So Manly go 28-16 in front. We're all thinking the game's over. And then Dylan Brown, I think Parramatta went down the left-hand side, and I think Wagga Blake gave a quick pass on to Sevo, and Sevo scored in the corner. I was like, hang on a minute. Here we go. There's still a bit of time here. 8 minutes to go. 28-20. Game on.
Oh, I was so... When Sevo scored, Sevo is one of my favourite Parra players just on the basis that the chance he gets, man, are insane. You got to be there to see them. I was so happy to see him score. And come on, dude. The comeback was on by that point.
The comeback was on. Mitchell Moses from the sideline missed a kick, which was a stinger. That hurt them a lot. Against the wall, then it was 28 points to 20. And Parramatta started throwing the football around. And then Josh Hodgson ran 40 meters as slow as someone in a freaking wheelchair. It was like a snail running on the field. He just dummies and runs, and he ran he scored the try. It was so slow. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
I couldn't believe it either, man. When Hodgson went over, it was just like,
where's the defense?
What the heck happened? I get that he dummied and it tricked like Jake Trbojevic and stuff, but like the defense should be watching for a dummy, you know?
Oh,
the fact that he had like nobody on him the whole time, and the people who were next to him just kind of watched him walk by.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was crazy, bro. Hodgson scores. It's 28-26. There is time for Parramatta. There was about 4 minutes to go. And then Jermaine Hopgood, a bit of inexperience from him, throws this really crazy offload, intercepted by Hamoli Olakawatu, who goes in for a double. 34-26 Manly. We all thought the game was over then officially.
Oh, that was horrible, man, that era. Hopgood has arguably been arguably our best forward of the season so far. So it absolutely, besides maybe Paul,
that was his worst game tonight.
That was his worst game so far for Para. I'll admit that. That was horrendous from him. Well, not horrendous, but like that compared to his previous performances, that was terrible. You know,
I think horrendous is probably the fair word. He didn't play great.
Mate, you can't even compare Jermaine Hopgood of the first 2 weeks to that game.
Exactly right. It was, anyway, 34-26. And then 2 minutes to go. Brown throws it on to Sevo. Sevo scores in the corner. And we're all going, oh, shit. There's still a minute and a half to go.
I know. I was just like, oh, my goodness. There's a chance, dudes. There's a chance. But I'm not going to give up all my hope on it. But there's a chance. Give up.
It's never over till the fat lady sings, as they all used to say.
Exactly, man.
Sevo scores. It's 34-30. Moses missed a kick again. Unbelievable. He's 3 from 6 tonight, Mitchell Moses would be filthy with that. Anyway, Parramatta make a run down the right-hand side. Moses ends up over the sideline. Parramatta challenge it. They lose the challenge. He was definitely over the sideline, TJC. Definitely the right 100%. Call.
There was no way he wasn't over the sideline. I think it was a desperate captain's challenge because we knew we'd lost.
Why not? Anyway, we go. Get this right. 10 seconds to go. Manly had the ball in the last tackle. Instead of kicking for touch, Cherry Evans puts up a bomb for Govison. What was he thinking?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He was giving us a chance.
He was. And
he was Govison was tackled, and Guffer just pretty much took the tackle, which is ridiculous.
He should have just threw the ball around, chip over the top or something.
I felt like there was nothing to lose at that point. If we lose by more and they intercept, so be it. We've got to go for the win.
You got to go for it, yeah.
Exactly. And, we should have just gone.
It should have just threw it on the Wagga Blake and whatever, and
just kept offloading like we did a few times. Like that's what caused the Hodgson try. We just kept offloading.
Yeah. We get the full time there, and Manly hold on 34 points to 30. Now, the other thing that I want to go over quickly as well is I think when it was 22-16, there was a no try. It was either 22-16 or 28-22. I can't remember which one it was. There was a no try to Regan Campbell-Gillard because of a forward pass from Clint Govison. Now, watching it live, I don't believe it was forward at all. I thought it was a flat pass. I thought Campbell-Gillard was really hard done by. It should have been a try. What's your take on that decision?
I was so annoyed with it. Look, I understand. A couple of people in my chat were going, TJC, that was forward. But, I didn't think it was forward, man.
I thought it was tough.
It was real tough to take, man. I thought it was really tough on RCG. I think RCG should have a try in this game.
The only referee decision that I have a problem with was the no try to Campbell-Gillard. I thought the pass was fine.
Agreed. 100%, man. That's the only one where I really had a problem.
I mean, the thing is as well, boys, if this game was a finals game, they would have claimed robbery because of that decision. I have no doubt.
Oh, 100%. I'm not going to lie about that. But, at the end of the day, it's only the first 3 games of the season. I am confident Eels will bounce back very soon. I'm very confident in it, man. We just need Mitchell to work on his bloody kicking.
Yeah, and, 3 from 6. And just defensively, bro, 34 points tonight, 30 last week. So what's that? 74 points there conceded. And then round 1, he conceded 16, which is, I think that's about 90 points you conceded the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, we have conceded way too many points for a team claiming to be top 8. I still think we are top 8, but...
So do I.
I still think we're top 8, man. I think that 3 in a row, we've gotten a little unlucky with how close all the games have been.
Just to confirm, Parramatta have conceded 80 points in the first 3 rounds.
I'll take 60 at this point, man. 80, gosh.
80 points, that's pretty ugly.
Look, I don't think that'll last forever. I think we rely a bit. I think that this is really showing you how much when Para lose players, we're not like other teams, I feel, where we can easily gel without them. I feel like we
Yeah.
need our team a lot.
Well,
And, missing Lane and Matto and all that.
yeah, you've got a few injuries at the moment. And I was going to ask you this, bro. Do you think the combination with Josh Hodgson in the spine, do you think it's working? I think it's getting there. It's just taking longer than people would have hoped for, I think.
Yeah. I think, look, if you say the Eels are definitely missing the AL after these 3 games, you're a bit too confident. I think you're being way too doubtful of the team after that. I think
3 games by 4 points. It's not the end of the world.
Exactly. So it hurts a little seeing people say, no way Para can make the 8 now, some people.
Well, if you
I think
have
the
a look
spine's
at the
working
draw,
out. It
if
just
you have a
needs
look
some
at the
time.
draw, like you got Penrith next week, then you got the Roosters. You do have some have a period where you play Newcastle, Gold Coast, Canberra, which isn't a bad run before Magic Round.
Yeah.
And you do get the Tigers in a few weeks as well, which you did lose to them last year on Easter Monday, but you guys
they were a bogey team for us.
Yeah. Look, I'm not ruling out Parramatta. Look, this might sound crazy. If Parramatta were to go 0-5 to lose to Penrith and the Roosters, I still wouldn't rule them out for top 8.
No, I agree, man. I don't think this is. It's probably me as an Eels fan talking, but I genuinely don't think we're a team that'll go 0-5. I think we'll win one of them. I do think we'll win one of them. We've been very unlucky.
Penrith next week, which you'll be up for. You might get back a few players. I think Madison will be back. Lane.
Yeah, Matto will be back, and I'll absolutely love that.
For Sean Lane. Sean Lane, maybe.
Sean Lane, possibly. I think, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Based on speaking to him, I think he'll be another week at least.
Now, I need to mention this as well. I believe Matt Dury may have done an ACL.
What?
I think Matt Dury done his ACL, by the way. I'm not sure if you know that.
Oh, God. Look, at least we'll have Matto back to fill the spot.
I was watching the game, and Matt Dury went off with Jack Murphy, and I heard them saying that they're talking a suspected ACL, but then I saw a video. I saw a video of him on the sideline standing up. So I'm hoping it's not ACL, but he's definitely not well.
Maybe it was kind of like the preseason challenge where he's out for a week. Could be like that.
Maybe it's just one of those injury scares. I hope it's not ACL, but the commentators.
I pray it's not. We need.
I'm talking ACL.
Many players fit as possible.
If it's ACL, it'd be a big loss because he's been good for you guys, Matt Dury.
Oh, he's been a good signing for us. I've been very happy with Dury. He's probably been one of our better ones. Hodgson's taken some time to really show what he can do, and Mamasi has been average a little for me.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. One player I've got to mention for Parramatta, and he's got to get dropped next week, bro. Makatoa has got to go.
Oh, look, no offense to Makatoa, but he's not a forward, a class forward. He just does very simple shit, and even then he makes errors in it, you know?
When Makatoa first started, he was a good young prop coming through, but I think he's gotten a bit complacent. I think he's gotten a little bit too comfortable with his position on the Eels bench, and I think he needs to be dropped for a week.
I agree. I think that dropping him for a week would definitely not hurt him.
Yeah.
I think dropping him could actually help possibly get some motivation out of him. If we know anything, Brad Arthur's good at getting players to improve their careers.
I mean, he is a good player. I do like Makatoa, but he might need a week in New South Wales Cup just to get some confidence back.
Oh, he's going to need he's definitely, I think that this team is slowly losing a bit of that confidence. But I don't think it's completely lost, bro. They're going to be hungry for some revenge after the aftermath of the grand final last season next week. Yeah.
Now, I just want to talk about Manly for a minute. Yep. Some of their standouts tonight. I mean, obviously, Tom Trbojevic was outstanding.
I think Tom Trbojevic was the best player for me. but
Ola Kawatu probably goes very close as well.
oh
How
yeah,
about
he was
Jake
great.
Trbojevic? 80 minutes in the front row, 140 meters. I thought he was great, Jake Trbojevic.
Far out, man. Far out, man. Jake Trbojevic had a brilliant game. I mean, I still think Tommy Turbo and Ola Kawatu were that step above, but
Yeah.
he definitely had a good game.
What'd you make of Josh Schuster at 5'8" for Manly?
Look, I expected him actually to be worse than he was, really. He
played well.
He played all right. I definitely could say that he had an all right game. There was nowhere near bad in anything he did.
He was definitely a solid 7 out of 10 tonight.
He had a good, solid game today.
A couple of Manly's backline I want to talk about. Koala, I thought was terrible. I thought Tupolotu was okay. Brad Parker defensively was great, and Ruben Garrick was good as well.
Well, I feel like Tuapolotu should have ended the game earlier. He shouldn't have knocked that ball on.
Oh, how about that? Goverson try saver. How good was that?
Yeah, I know. That was brilliant from Guffo, who, by the way, was probably Eels' best player today, in my opinion. But
Manly's bench wasn't the greatest. I thought Kepi did some good things for him off the bench, but everyone else wasn't really, noticeable.
Defense was horrible today for both teams, really. If you look at
both sides' defense was shocking. Absolutely agree.
The attack was what saved both of them.
Yeah. Paseka, he was decent. Croker, I think he got benched for KO Weeks at one point, so that'd be interesting to see what Manly do there. Kalma Tulangi had some good moments, and Josh Alloway had a pretty good game as well.
Oh, Josh Alloway was great. It was great.
Now,
I was very impressed with Josh Alloway. I also think that just for there being a relatively new combination, Olakawatu and Tuilagi weren't too bad together.
Parramatta. I know on stats he had a good game, but I don't give a shit about stats. Dylan Brown tonight, very quiet, non-existent.
Oh yeah, look, Dylan Brown gets high rated in the stats, but he has not been good enough recently. I feel he
had a horrible game.
He's been very average, at best. Average at best. I just have nothing to say about Dylan Brown. What did he really do besides maybe that one offload that was part of the Hodgson try? What did he really do?
Well, Goverson was obviously very good for you guys. He's probably your best player tonight. Sevo was good. Penasini looked good on stats, but I thought it was quiet as. He didn't get any ball. And Wagga Blake, not too bad. And Simonson, well, probably a mixed bag for Simonson.
Oh, look, I would seriously be considering Simonson getting dropped for a week if he keeps up the performances he's giving. I'm a
big fan of Simonson, bro. Ever since he's gone to Parramatta, it hasn't really worked.
Look, I think he's a good winger and he has his games for us where he's brilliant. I remember he was decent in the grand final. I remember Simonson, but
he played in the centers. That's why.
I think that. Look, if he plays like he did versus Sharks and Manly, I just think a week wouldn't do him bad.
I know it won't happen, but would you put Simonson in the centers and put Wagga Blake on the wing?
Actually, you know what? Good point. I would probably.
It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt, man. It wouldn't hurt. I think that we need to try something new at some point, especially if we lose to the Panthers as well. Especially if we lose to the Panthers as well. I think we need to try something new, special, because I'm telling you now, Para cannot lose 5 if they want to keep their respect.
Absolutely.
They cannot lose 5.
The back line, I think Goverson and Sevo were probably the standouts. Everyone else was a bit quiet. We spoke about Dylan Brown, how quiet he was. Mitchell Moses, thought Moses had a really good game tonight.
His kicking was shit, though.
What's that?
His kicking was shit, though. I'll tell you that, man.
Oh,
look,
I thought he was trying to create stuff. I thought Moses was all right tonight. The forward pack for Parramatta, Campbell Gillard could have done more. Junior Paulo was good, though.
Oh, Paulo. Yeah, but Paulo always has a good game, usually.
Yeah.
But Paulo's just a forward you can trust.
What'd you make of Josh Hodgson's performance?
I think that was probably one of his better games for us, which might surprise. I know it's only been 3, but That was his try was probably the best play I've seen him do since his storm pass.
Yeah. The back row, brother. Cartwright and Dury. I thought Dury was great before he got injured. Cartwright started slow, but had a really good second half, I thought.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't a fan of Cartwright in the first half. I was kind of going, I'm not sure about him today. But then in the second half, he kind of proved the doubts a little bit, to be wrong a little bit. But Dury overall was the better second row of the two today.
No doubt. Obviously, Hopgood had a pretty quiet game. He went off in the first half, and then he come back on late. I'm not sure what the go was there with Hopgood. We spoke about Makatoa. I mean, Makatoa had good stats and shit, but I thought he was really average tonight. The bench, I thought Jack Murphy was probably your best player off the bench. I thought Momasia was quiet. To be fair, Momasia only played 19 minutes. And Warimi Gregg was non-existent, I thought.
I didn't appreciate the Murchie. He had probably was the best one from our bench, but he also gave away a few penalties that really annoyed me.
So did Hodgson as well. I think Hodgson gave away 2 or 3 penalties tonight too.
I feel like if we just give less penalties away, and there was this one moment where we kicked it and we just missed the ball.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a couple moments in this game where it really could have been a different game.
Before we get to our top 3 on ground, I just want to go through the summary with the possession and whatnot. So the completion rate from both sides was actually quite poor. Manly's was 66%, 26 from 39 completed sets. Parramatta's was 64%, 25 from 39. So both sides completed at less than 67%, which is quite strange considering the scoreline. And Parramatta had 14 errors to Manly's 13. And Tommy Tebow had the most run meters at 191. Dylan Brand had 170. And the most tackles was from Josh Hodgson tonight. He had 39 tackles. Actually, Werbridge had 36.
Wow, man. Wow. I mean, it was pretty. When you gave me that completion stat, that's pretty poor considering, but
pretty even as well.
Good to watch. Felt good to watch, man.
Yeah, no, it was a weird game. It was a weird, crazy, classic Thursday night football game.
Craziest game so far for me.
Big rivalry, and it was a crazy game of footy. All right. Who would your top 3 players on ground be from the game? 3, 2, 1, with number 1 being your man of the match.
Okay, well, I am going to go with Free Guffo. I'll go with Free Guffo. And then I'll go with 2 being Olakau'atu and number 1 being Tommy Turbo.
I've got the exact same as you, but a different order. I've got number 3, Clint Gufferson. Number 2, Tom Trebojevic. And number 1, my man of the match. I'm going to give it to Haumole Olakau'atu. I thought Olakau'atu was outstanding. Thought he had the best game. Olakau'atu is my man of the match. And yours is Tommy Turbo.
Yeah, absolutely. Either way, it's got to go to one of those two, I feel. Guffo's just behind them.
Great game of footy.
Yeah.
Great game. Well, mate, better luck next week against Penrith, the grand final rematch. You guys will be up for that, I'm sure of it. You get a few plays back next week. Yeah, no, without a doubt. All right. TJC Sports, that's going to wrap up the Thursday night football review. Thank you for coming on, my friend, and better luck next week, brother.
Thanks, mate.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the review. If you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel of TJC Sports, make sure you go check out his YouTube channel. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description box down below. But that concludes the Thursday night football review for round 3 of the 2023 NRL season. Manly have beaten the Eels 34 points to 30. A classic game for your Thursday night. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Roosters and Rabbitohs live stream. I'm not going to do Newcastle and the Dolphins. I may do the Super League in the morning, Castleford versus Leeds. We'll see how we go. I'll probably do it, but I'll let you guys know. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and see you guys in